Hi guys, so today we're going to go over the rational exponents, how to convert them to a radical expression and vice versa. So the one thing to remember is that the numerator is always going to be the power or the exponent, whereas the denominator will be the root, the radical, the index. You'll hear them under different terms. So if you look at the first example, this is written as a radical, and notice that when there's no power there, it actually has a power of 1. So anytime you don't see a power there, it does have a power of 1, so make a note of that. And since 5 and n are both under the radical, the fourth root, we'll put it in parentheses. And remember that the power is always going to be the numerator, so that was 1, over the denominator, which is the root or radical, which is 4. So now it's written as a rational exponent. For the second problem, if I were to go the other way around and give you x to the 4/7 power, remember that the denominator is going to be the root or radical, so we'll put it in a 7th root, and x to the 4th power, the numerator will stay the exponent, and that's the answer right there. I'm going to write out the question for number 3 this way because I just want to note that unless you see parentheses, the 3/4 only belongs to the letter or number closest to it. So this 3/4 power only belongs to x. The only way that it would belong to both is if I put it in parentheses like I did for number 1. So since it's not in parentheses, that means that the 3/4 power only belongs to the x. Pretty much I can just drop the 8 down, and from there the denominator is going to tell me what type of root or radical, excuse me, that I'm dealing with, and the x will have a power of 3. And for the final question in in 101, I'm going to simplify. So before I simplify these radicals, I'm going to rewrite them as a rational exponent. So remember that the x value has a power of 1 when you don't see a power there. So if I were to rewrite this, this would be x to the 1/5 power times x to the 1/5 power. So you'll learn this in 102, but you may have seen it before in Algebra 1. When you are multiplying like bases, notice the x, like bases, what the property tells you to do when you are multiplying like bases is that you add the numerators. You keep the like base and you add the numerator. So when multiplying like bases, keep the like base, add the numerator. The nice thing about this problem is we don't really have to do common denominators because they already have a common denominator of 5. And you just take the numerator, add them together, and this gives you 2. So x to the 2/5 power. Hope this helps, guys.